good, the bad, the ugly. We have something found. Speaking of things found, I guess this is a good thing. It was found in Lake Shasta out in California. A gentleman was going out. He fishes there a lot, and he actually does some diving in Lake Shasta. But he found this in the dumpster. It's a human leg, prosthetic. It's a prosthetic leg was found there.
Left one?
Yes.
Right one?
Did he throw it back?
It was the right. It was the right. And he got it. And the news, the local news, when they did the piece on it, you'd be proud of them, Dave. They made all sorts of puns about it.
Well, there's a mystery afoot at Shasta Lake. A prosthetic leg has been found, and now we're helping look for the owner.
The North States News' Max Tedford put in the legwork today, and this is what
all right. Oh, Kristen hates that.
A foot.
Leg work. Something afoot. Guy found it in the dumpster at the edge of the water, and he thinks, well, he's explaining here, the guy who found it, he thinks it was at the bottom of the lake, and a fisherman caught it and threw it into the dumpster.
And I was like, what the heck? Why would there be a prosthetic leg in there? I noticed that there was erosion and some dirt layers in it and some dirt down inside that is indicative to being in the bottom of the lake, like most of the items that I do find down there.
So the news reporter went to every company that makes prosthetic legs in the area, and they think they've got a beat on who the owner is. Yes, they feel. But they couldn't give out any information because of HIPAA. So the news reporter at the end said, we feel like we have a good locale on who it is, but we can't tell you the name.
Has a man been limping in and around Lake Shasta
Yes, that's right.
for about 10 years?
Yes. The good news is
there's an easy way to tell.
Okay, they've got.
Yep.
You know when they'll say you have to cast a dragnet for anyone to be a suspect.
That's right.
Not everyone's a suspect in this
That's
case.
right.
It's a little bit like Fugitive.
It is, yeah. Man with one leg.
Yeah.
Guy got a real nice leg to its camo. It was like camouflage color.
That's $1.
You know, with a bare foot on the bottom of it.
Yeah, he sounds like a fisherman.
And so, and
a hunter.
I bet it fell off somehow, and a fisherman has caught it and threw it into the fisherman himself who caught it didn't care about going after the guy with it. He just threw it in the dumpster.
Yeah.
Toss it in the dumpster.
Yeah, and then somebody else found it out of it.
Spendy.
That's very expensive, yeah. So that's the good news. They feel like the guy who lost the leg is getting the leg back. Bad news here, also about vacation. A tourist, I believe, where was she? She was gored by a bull on the beach.
In Baja California.
Was this in California?
Baja California.
So she is...
It's Mexico.
Okay, so she's in Baja California on the beach. Have you seen the video of this? A bull is on the beach.
What's a bull doing on the beach?
Bulling?
Wouldn't you like to know?
There's a bull on the beach.
There's a bull on the beach. I was shocked.
Oh, there's a bull on the beach.
The video was
El Toro.
unbelievable.
Yes. Playa.
Yeah.
Is he laying out there? He's sharpening his horns?
Yeah. He had one of those chiseling machines. He had to put the old pool chalk and got the horns done. And a woman, I don't know why, she went right up next to him and started like.
Well, he was interested in her stuff.
Yes. And so she was trying to get the stuff away from him, but she was 6 inches from him. And so he starts to nudge her, and people say, la playa, la playa.
El Toro.
There's the El Toro. And one guy's like, you got to get away from it. Well, eventually, he just gores her. I mean, he just takes her down.
Ay, la señora.
Señora.
I'm playing with it right now. Please don't do that. Please. Please get away.
Por favor.
Get away. You're not doing us any favors. Get out. Get
So you can't really hear about it. You got to see it. But he's like,
Yeah, they're like, please don't
You're
get
not
away.
doing us any favors. Well, she wound up on she got knocked down, and then her butt was up in the air, and he just gored her right in the butt. It was ugly, man. It really was.
Did he fling her airborne?
Yeah, she went up, and all her stuff went all over the place, you know.
Yeah, they're like rag dolls when they get you.
And then he galloped on down the beach.
He's done with her.
But
supposedly it's cattle country.
is that why I can't imagine seeing that on a beach.
Me either.
On a bull on a beach. Biggie, you know what Biggie always says? Too bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't have ever, like that guy's yelling, no, please, no. I've just been like, let it happen.
Yep.
She's getting close.
That's right.
It's like I really wish they'd stop trying to keep tourists from going up with animals at Yellowstone because anytime one gores somebody or flings them 20 feet in the air, it brings me nothing but joy.
I know you've said that. You've said that many, many times.
I feel like we should just start letting stupid people do stupid things and live with the consequences.
I guess.
I just don't want the animals to get hurt.
Well, this bull sure had the upper hand.
No, I feel like the animals have the upper hand most times on us, and
They certainly did there. Unbelievable.
Rambe didn't.
Bad news. We talked about it earlier in the week. Been fished in again. The man in the hammock in New York City on the bus. That was a staged event. That was not real. That was done by a pair who wanted to get Facebook clicks. And what happened? If you missed it, a guy got into a bus in New York City. It says only in New York. and he wrapped himself in a hammock around a couple of poles in the bus. Bus driver's like, we're not moving until you get down. He's like, where does it say I can't be in a hammock? And he wraps himself tighter and tighter and tighter. Well, it turns out everybody on the bus was in on it, including the bus driver.
Because somebody...
Is that terrible? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel duped because obviously I think we knew the guy was up to something.
Yeah, of course,
but
him.
It sounded like the driver was real, and to me, it sounded like, to their credit, I suppose, the actors who played the passengers seemed actually upset.
Mm-hmm. All a skit from Facebook users Lexi and Ocean, who have gotten more than 49,000 views.
Oh, going at Lexi and Ocean.
They got us. And they have said now today the video was made for entertainment purposes only, and they captioned the post earlier this month. It has now been liked by 133,000 people, seen 133,000 times. And they say that the reason they wanted to make a video like this is to show you ought to be able to sit anywhere you want to on a bus. And they put a hammock on a bus.
This might be the dumbest thing.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because I was duped by that.
Yeah, I mean, if there
was
was
real,
if their shtick was just putting up hammocks up everywhere, just stringing up a hammock somewhere,
right?
That might be one thing.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
To prove,
you could sit anywhere you want on a bus. Come on,
a waste of time.
Because he said they're saying there's no seatbelts anyway, so why can't I sit anywhere I want?
Stupid.
Yeah.
Before I knew the actors were in on it, I had this thought when we first had this video. What if I was the judge in a case like this? Let's say this guy does the hammock thing.
Yeah.
Some guy on the bus is late for his job. He loses his job.
Yeah.
He goes out. He finds hammock guy who caused him to lose his job, shoots him in the street and kills him. I would find that man not guilty.
I don't know that you can take the law into your own hands like that.
But this guy, because I was part of this guy's prank, I've now changed my whole life. My life is ruined because he wants to get clicks for his video on a bus, and I snap and I go and I shoot this moron in the street.
I think the jury
manslaughter.
I think the jury would have a lesser offense for you. I don't think it'd be like murder one or whatever. Dave and I watch Law and Order,
Lots.
so we know that. Speaking of which, ugly story. Angie Harmon speaking out for the first time. She was on Law and Order. Speaking out for the first time since her dog Oliver was shot and killed by an Instacart delivery driver. This is about a month ago, and Angie Harmon now sat down for an interview yesterday telling her story. She was upstairs preparing birdseed for her feeders.
Upstairs?
She was upstairs.
That sounds like something Kristen would do.
It does.
Yeah.
We do have a bird feeder, but we don't prepare the food.
She prepares a special
There's a bag in the shed.
Angie says she prepares a special blend of food for her birdseed, and she was upstairs doing that, and the Instacart driver was texting her, like, almost here with your Instacart order. Biggie can speak to this, but what happened was a different driver came. She thought she was texting, and she was told it would be a middle-aged woman, and it turned out to be a younger man. Well, the man says he was attacked by both of their two dogs, and shot and killed one of them, Oliver, a beloved family pet. And Angie's very emotional when giving the interview, as you can imagine.
What about the idea that he was not a middle-aged woman named Merle?
I think it didn't really hit us until later, and that's when we called Instacart, and they just were like, oh gosh, that's terrible. Well, we'll see what we can do, and we'll get back to you. I was like, no, you don't understand. Like, this man was claiming to be, it looked like we were talking to like a middle-aged, slightly older woman named Merle who was talking to me about my order. And that's not who showed up at my house.
Now, because of this,
were the groceries delivered?
Yeah, he had the groceries in his hands. He was taking them up to the door.
But it's not a woman named Merle.
It's not a woman named Merle. It's a guy, a different name, Guy. And because of this, she's filing a civil lawsuit. No criminal charges filed against him because he said he was attacked by the dog. There's no video evidence because her Ring doorbell was being charged while she was sifting through birdseed.
That's. I didn't think Ring doorbells did that. Is that normal?
I bet she has not a Ring. She has a different brand. Some of them you do have to charge.
It was not recording. But the guy, once the shot rang out, Angie said, my daughters and I raced outside and said, call 911 because their dog was shot.
Yeah.
And the guy said, I've already called 911.
Your dog tried to bite me. I'm sitting here calling y'all. I'm texting y'all. I said, can you please put the dogs up? I'm on the phone with 911 now. So the dogs went off. So I just tried to hurry up and went on the porch, and the dog's trying to bite me. So what am I supposed to do? One of them left. I shot one of them.
So that's him admitting he shot the dog.
The dog that lunged.
That's right. The dog lunged at him, and so he shot the dog. Now, my wife says if any Instacart driver did that, she would hunt him down in the street and kill him in cold blood, just as Biggie just said.
Crime of passion.
Crime of passion. She would hunt him down. And she also said she would throw her body in front of our dog Annie if anybody drew a gun on her.
And anyone in this house would do the same, right?
I gotta go.
Right.
Is that the draft starting? I gotta go. I'm watching the schedule release.
Now, we're going to ask Lisa Lanier tomorrow at this time, our official attorney, can this civil lawsuit, is she got a good chance at it because she's talking to a driver who misrepresented himself or the wrong different driver?
That's such a strange detail.
That was the strange twist to it. She's suing for $25,000. Not that she needs the money, but she's trying to make a point here. Instacart misrepresented itself, sent a different driver. It occurred to her later, wait a minute, where's Merle, the middle-aged to older woman, not this young guy? The guy's he's no longer working on Instacart's platform.
Well, it's criminal, yeah. I mean, firing a gun.
But they didn't charge charges against him. No criminal charges filed. Biggie knows something about this.
Yeah, it's not. They didn't send the wrong driver. A lot of times, I've noticed the person that you see in the picture that's doing your shopping and the person that brings it to your door is different.
Okay.
It's because people work in teams.
I see.
It's I bet that's either his wife's account, girlfriend's account, mother's account. She may have even been in the car waiting, because a lot of times I'll see a picture of a woman shopping and it'll say, she's shopping your order, has a picture of her. When they come to the door, open it up, it's their son, it's their boyfriend, it's their husband who ran the groceries up.
I feel like that's a flaw in Instacart's process.
Yeah.
Because if you see a picture of a middle-aged woman that's supposed to be delivering your groceries and you open the door, let's say a man knocks on the door, you may say, well, you're not my Instacart driver. You may not open the door, or if you open it and there's a man.
Does Instacart work like that, or they just drop them at your porch and go?
You can do either. You can ask for it to be knocked, and sometimes you can just drop it. But I mean, I've opened the door and there's two people there. People bring their kids. I got into it with a lady one time over it.
Yeah, that's right.
Because she
brought her kid.
She wanted
This
me
is
to
not
come.
a place for children.
I can see that now.
No, she called. She's like, I'm here. I'm like, come on up. She's like, I got my baby in the car. I'm like, that ain't my fault. You brought your baby to work.
That's right. Big standoff there.
Yeah.
I recall that.
That's not. It's not my problem. But so Instacart though doesn't know. They just see the picture of the person. You talk with Instacart, they don't know who's really delivering these groceries.
I think that's a big flaw because the rest of these, like Uber, or if somebody's coming to your house, now you get a picture saying, I'm coming to fix your washing machine. Here's what I look like. You know?
But let me tell you, it happens in DoorDash and Uber Eats and all that too. Yeah. A lot of the times, especially, it's easier to work in two a lot of times because you can knock out multiple orders.
Well, then send both pictures. Say, here are the two drivers that are delivering your...
They're not going to...
They won't do it.
Because I bet if you looked at Instacart's rules, it's probably like you can't have... maybe. I don't know. I don't know for sure. But I think it's also people like, working in pairs. You can work faster.
Of course, yeah.
One person pulls up, one person runs.
Safer for them.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. But just send me a picture of both people that are going to be coming to my door. Angie Harmon was asked also, has the dog been aggressive before?
Did you see any indication that he had been attacked?
No.
Any
Not at all.
Torn clothing?
Nothing. No.
Bite marks?
No.
And Angie went on to say, I played a cop or a lawyer for 20 years on TV.
She did, and
I played it well.
I don't even have to hear the facts, just knowing that it's her.
She wins.
She's innocent, and they
She
should
wins.
get the $25K.
Thank you.
And I'd go find that guy and maybe put him in jail anyway.
Fact.
Just because he's messing with my girl, Abby Carmichael.
You have never been more right in your 20-year history on this program. You have never been more right than you are
I
right.
don't want to waste Lisa Lanier's time with this case. I just solved it.
Tear the damn thing up.
Tear it up.
I know who I'm going for in this case. You darn
Angie.
well. That's right.
All day long.
She played a lawyer.
That's weirdly sexual emotional justice.
Exactly.
She's Rizzoli. She's Isle. She's all up. She's Abby Carmichael. You got it.